record it, and then there we go. And then it could just be posted. So yeah, if you can, just start off by, telling us who you are and what it is you do with the organization.
Yeah, so I'm Taylor. I guess when I applied to help out with the organization, it was for like the data entry volunteer
Okay.
position. And then when I met with Mr. Stewart, he added me to the white paper group. So I've been working on that, as well as I guess in the beginning I was like helping out the youth organization coordinators at the time,
Right.
like preparing for testimonies for the hearings with the council, and I just like helped him edit some of his writings and stuff like that. So that's mainly been the gist of my work with the group so far.
Okay. So how did you get started with, because I actually recall you looking at one of my testimonies when I first started. So how did you get involved with that kind of thing?
Yeah, I guess maybe, I feel like it would have been a year ago, just like with the height of all the Black Lives Matters protests
Right.
and all of that. And then I like started reading more about like racism in America and like the best ways to like help combat that. And I just didn't feel like protests was like, yes, it's helpful to bring awareness, but I feel like systemic change really needs to happen. So I felt like looking into like incarceration and returning citizens and trying to make an impact from that angle
Sure.
would definitely be better suited for me.
Okay.
So I just researched different organizations that worked with returning citizens. And yeah, I found the National Reentry Network. And yeah, that's it.
Okay. So what have been some of your like the positive, impactful things that you've seen, being involved with this organization?
I guess just like how much it has helped returning citizens, like the resources that they have to offer that, well, that yes, the government should somewhat offers, they're not necessarily doing a great job of publicizing that, or it's not as easy. And so the National Reentry Network really does get the resources to people and provides helpful ways to like attain and stay on the right path.
Mm-hmm.
So I was, I was impressed with just like how they execute their plans and get stuff done.
Right. Okay.
And like really provide opportunities for returning citizens.
Okay. And when we talk about, providing the support and, giving opportunities to returning citizens, what are some of the exact barriers that returning citizens have faced that you've seen this organization help them to overcome, if there are any that you can name like specifically?
Yeah. I mean, I think the top two that come to mind are just like housing. And then also, I think in terms of employment, so like the Ready to Work program, and
Mm-hmm.
just like helping people prepare and just figuring out their skills and how to just like get back out there.
Okay. And earlier you said that you've been involved with the white paper group. So can you tell us what that is and talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. So I guess essentially we're evaluating, I don't know, maybe like 10 or 11 different government entities, and just trying to see how well they meet their own goals. So I've been helping on more of the research side of things, specifically looking into MORCA and the CIC, and just analyzing how well they're meeting their goal, or not necessarily even their goals, but just like what's mandated of them by the DC government.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's so essentially the white paper group, you kind of really more like, it's almost like you like a report card where you
Yes.
go into these organizations, and it's like almost like an oversight committee of a sense, where you like making sure that everything that's being done that they're supposed to be doing. Okay, and I'm assuming that you, like a report card, you taking the what you evaluate and kind of like grading them, like, okay, this is
Yeah.
where, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. So in accordance with that, have you, for the most part, have you seen that these other organizations are doing what they say that they're going to do or supposed to be doing, or what's been your experience with that?
They're definitely falling a little short, I would say. Yeah. I
No, I understand.
don't know what's acceptable to say or not.
Yeah, no,
But
I got you. Yeah, I know you got
it's
to
like,
kind of tiptoe around that a little bit. I
yeah, I feel
understand
like
that.
just from like my research and then also sitting in on some of the hearings,
Hmm.
um, just hearing like the testimonies mainly, I think that's where like you get the sense like, okay, these returning citizens, they either don't know about these resources, I guess like specifically with Morca, or they don't have like, they're not readily accessible to them
Right,
for one
right.
reason or another. Or even with the CIC, like, yes, they're doing their job, but we're not seeing, I guess, like positive results from it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that is one of the biggest issues is creating that awareness. That's something that a lot of community-based organizations struggle with because, even like when I came home, from prison, everybody talks about like Morca, they talk about project empowerment, they talk about the government run, stuff that they want you to do. But, you don't hear about organizations like this one until it's almost like word on the street. You got to
Yeah.
hear it from somebody that already been through it, and they let you know what's going on, and then so on and so forth. What do you, and just in your personal opinion, how do you think, other than I know like radio advertising and things of that nature, like what could we as the National Reentry Network for Returning Citizens and even other community-based organizations try to do to create more awareness that, hey, we're here and we want to help and we want to get to you before these government organizations do, because they're not really doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if this is feasible or what has to happen, but I guess like I think Morca is even like supposed to like make contact with returning citizens before they're released. So
Mhm.
maybe partnering with them, or like if Morca included like a pamphlet with the list of all like or other organizations, like community-based organizations who also have resources for returning citizens, just as like the first point of contact.
Right.
And then yeah, I mean, I guess maybe at like the halfway houses, just having outreach there.
Right.
That, yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. When I was getting released, I didn't, and that's the problem, with DC felons, we're all over the country. And
Mhm.
so, there's no, I was coming home from Texas.
Oh,
Yeah, so, nobody contacted me, even a day before I got out to let me know anything about, what was going on out here. So that's I'm not that's definitely sounds good. I'm not sure exactly how we could do that, because of
yeah.
course that means getting in contact with the BOP, and you know how it is dealing with them. That's I don't know, but I mean it sounds good, but it's like you said, how feasible it is, I'm not
Yeah.
sure. Um, Lastly, I wanted to ask, so for this, you've seen our Black Table Talk before?
Mhm.
Right. So for this issue that we've got coming up in March, the biggest topic of it is going to be "It Takes All of Us." And I just wanted to ask you, when you hear that phrase "It takes all of us," what does that mean to you?
Um, I think just like in order to have change, in order for people to be successful and all of that, it takes a community and a village to do that. No one person, um, or even, I mean, I want to say nor like one organization can change the world.
Right.
So yes, you can be like the impulse for that change, but it does take a whole community to make progress, to change the system. And just so like, yeah, we just need to get everyone on board.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very
Great.
much. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. It's funny you say it takes more than one person or one organization, because Hannah was telling me the other day that, you know, that's something that they had discussed in her in one of her classes, you know, that exact same thing, you know, concept of how it takes more than one organization, one person. So it's good to hear that confirmation coming from different places, and knowing that, you know, in terms of advocacy, that we're all starting to get together on the same page. So
Yeah.
that's it though. That's all I have. I thank you for your time and appreciate you, you know, taking the time out of your schedule to be able to do this with us today.
Thank you. This was good. I was so nervous.
Oh, no. I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. So if in the future that we want to do anything like this again, you be willing, since you kind of like got over that little bit of nervousness just now.
I mean, I'll still be nervous, but yes, I'm willing.
That's okay. All right. Okay. Well, thank you again, and hope you have a good weekend, and hope rest of your day. All right.
Okay, bye.
Bye.